I legitimately filmed that entire video in the dark. None of my lights are on. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Books and Beauty. Today, I want to discuss a book that I recently finished, which is The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. I picked this up at Costco. I grabbed a handful of books there one time. I have not seen the Hulu series. I don't have Hulu. So I only knew like a tiny bit about the book going into it. In this book, women lose all of their rights to their bodies, and women that have viable ovaries or are able to bear children are made into handmaids who basically just become vessels to carry babies. They aren't allowed to get married or own property. They don't have their own names anymore. They are just baby carriers. And these women are assigned to different households, to high-ranking officials within the government. These officials are already married, but their wives can't bear their own children, and so they have sex with these other women to try and get them pregnant. The handmaids are forced to wear a specific style of clothing, long red dresses, long sleeves to the floor, high necks, and they wear, she calls them wings. That's like a bonnet, essentially, so that no one can see their faces. Ever since I read the book 1984 by George Orwell, I'm actually wearing a shirt that is from there, and my necklace is also a reference to that book. I've really liked dystopian fiction, especially well-written dystopian fiction that is entirely possible in reality. The government has too much control, and women are just seen as baby machines because they lost their rights. Abortions were made illegal, birth control was made illegal, in vitro fertilization was made illegal because the government was very religious and conservative and believed that that was a crime against God. It was a sin to have contraception available for women. And I think one of the most interesting things about our main character, her name is Offred. That's the name that she's been given as a handmaiden. We never actually learn her real name. I think one of the most interesting things about how this book is written, Offred, she can remember what her life was like before she lost her rights. She can remember going to parties, wearing short skirts and makeup, and she was married and had a child. She had a normal life like you and I have every day, but one day all of her rights were stripped and she had to become someone that obviously she never wanted to be. Very interesting. This is probably one of the top 5 best books I've ever read. When I finished the book, I shouted, "Holy shit!" really loudly. I was in Devin's office and I had to put the book down and digest for a little while. I finished this last week and I've been digesting before I come to talk to you about it. I think that everybody needs to read this book, especially in our current political climate and the abortion debate and insurance for birth control, and whether companies, can choose whether or not birth control is a moral option for women. It's very interesting. And if things go a certain way in our lifetime, this entire world is possible for us to live in. Pick it up. If you've seen the Hulu series, I hear it's really, really well done, but it's told in a different sort of perspective than the book is told. Obviously, I will always recommend books to over adaptations of the book, because the book is almost always better. 98% of the time the book is better than the movie. As the kids say, this book had me shooketh to my core. So good. So well done. I hear that Margaret Atwood, because of how popular the Hulu series has been, that she's going to be writing a sequel to this book. So it's something to look out for. It does kind of end on a cliffhanger. There's not really any resolution to Offred's story, so I would be interested in hearing what happened to her, because it just ends, which isn't a bad thing. Not a very common thing in my experience. Anyway, have you read The Handmaid's Tale? Discuss with me in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you want to talk spoilers, you can always message me on Twitter, or I don't know how Twitter works. Can you message someone that's not following you? Anyway, you can talk to me on Twitter. My username is @LaraLift93. I'll link that down below. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Keep on reading. Ugh. I didn't like that. That was cheesy. Mac and cheese. Oh wait, you guys need to see my shirt. War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. I got this from Out of Print Clothing. I'll link them down below. They have a lot of literary t-shirts. My necklace is from them, and it says double plus good, which if you've read 1984, you know what that means. Very cool merchandise. I quite like it. I also have an Ender's Game t-shirt from them. Anyway, bye!